This right here might be one of the greatest underage basketball teams there has ever been, if not the greatest. Is the USA Under-17s team. We're currently playing in the World Cup. Before we get on to it, though, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are currently at 16.1k. We're trying to 16.2 thousand subscribers by the end of the day. We're only 98 away. But this team right here is ridiculous. And I mean that. Absolutely ridiculous. Their closest game in the group stage was 104-81 against France. Guys, they beat Guinea 124-49. They put up 146 points against China. And then they put up 141 points in the last 16 against the Philippines. 141 points. And if you want to look at the groups, like the Philippines, to be fair, in fairness, they did finish last in their group. But still, they put up 141 points. Like, do you know what the record was before this tournament? In all, like, I'm pretty sure all, like, international underage was 138, I think, by Spain, like 10 years ago. And they broke it twice. They broke it twice. And if you just want to look at the roster of this team, you've got both Boozers. You've got AJ Dybansta. You got Jordan Smith Jr. You've got, like, this is just the whole team of future NBA stars. This really is. And they are just dominating at a rate that I've not seen before. And look, like, we all know about the fact that France, in general, are hooping. And we all know that, in general, France, with the way basketball's going, are the only country probably that can long-term compete with the USA. Heck, in the Under-19 World Cup last year, USA didn't even make the finals. It was France and Spain. It is a French team where, I'm not going to pretend to know about any of these guys, but I watched a couple of these. I can't remember who it was. One of these dudes I watched play last summer in some, like, tournament against pros, and he was legit. I can't remember which one it was. Either way, like, they still went and beat them by 23 points. They put up 104 points. Like, if you want to look at the bracket now for the last 16. So, Spain beat Guinea. Turkey are playing Germany. In fairness, Puerto Rico did beat France. It's a great win for Puerto Rico. But this team is just balling. I cannot believe some of the points that they're putting up. Like, it's actually wild. It's actually wild. And, like, you're seeing now all of these guys playing. So, like, AJ Dybansta is the third leading scorer on this team. Cam Boozer and Cayden Boozer is leading with 7 assists a game. I will say, Cameron Boozer does not look that much like Carlos Boozer. This is Carlos Boozer, but this is literally, you know, remember when Carlos Boozer drew on his hair? This is if instead of drawing on his hair, Carlos Boozer decided to wear a wig. That is literally what Cayden Boozer is the image of Carlos Boozer. Cam Boozer doesn't look anything like Carlos Boozer, to be fair. But, yeah, it is. It's crazy. It is crazy with these guards. Like, you've got the projected first and second overall picks in the 2026 NBA draft. And you've obviously got Koa Pete as well. Like, I see what these guys are averaging. Again, they're probably just sharing points at this stage. Like, the points they're putting up are ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at their minutes. They're just sharing minutes among everybody. They're all out here sharing minutes. The most minutes anyone's playing is Pete at 20 minutes a game. And they are destroying everybody. They are absolutely destroying everybody. Should be a way to scroll here across. I can't find it. Either way, like, if you want to look at the points per game here, like, plus minus of 35 is wild. It is absolutely wild for some of these players. Is it just not letting me scroll or something? It's weird that it's not letting me scroll. Either way, man, I'm just going to say this, these underage competitions, especially now, are becoming a hotbed of talent. They are really becoming a hotbed of talent. Like, you're going to see the best players in the world playing at these tournaments. Which is, again, like, I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, again, Carlos Boozer didn't, or not Carlos Boozer, Bryce James didn't make the team. Bryce James did not even make this team. And people are talking about how good Bryce James is. And probably is a better, might well be a better prospect. But yeah, like, if you guys are fans of the sport of basketball, if you guys are fans of, again, just watching a lot of these players play before maybe they make the NBA. Because I don't think, again, 70U might be a little bit young. Maybe when you go to, like, under the 19s World Cup is probably the best place to check. But obviously, I don't think the World Cup is this year. I think it was last year. But, like, if you want to look at the under 19s World Cup last year, I know Almansa obviously didn't go to the draft. But even if you're looking at USA, this wasn't the greatest team in the world. They had Dylan Harper, who's a baller. But all players that got drafted, Cody Williams, really? So this was kind of a weak under 19 team right last year, which is why they struggled. No, they struggled. I don't even think that they win. Yeah, they didn't even get a medal. But if you wanted to watch France last year, if you wanted to look at the French team, ironically, they had the first and second overall pick in the draft. If you were fans of the French team, you could have watched Zachary Risacher and Alex Sarr play. And ironically, you could have watched Zachary Risacher and Alex Sarr do almost nothing, average 7.4 points in Sarr's case, 7.4 points for Risacher. But you could have watched Melvin Ajinka, who was picked, I think he was picked up by the Knicks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who got him in the end, because I think the Knicks traded the pick, but a second round pick who averaged 20 a game. So, yeah, it is. It's always, for me anyway, I like keeping up with these youth tournaments because you can see who the future stars are going to be. And I'm not going to lie. This is as dominant a team as I've ever seen. I don't see how a team can keep up with this team. You got both the Boozers. You've got Dybansta playing for Team USA. Like, they're gonna be an absolutely insane team. But so Melvin Ajinka, wow, the Mavs got his rights. Ooh. Now that makes things very interesting with Ajinka. But for these guys right here, this is gonna be probably your first time seeing in real competition a lot of these players play. I get it, like high school is high school. It's a different ball game when you go onto the international stage, and this is where you see where the players really, really are at.